we're doing so many that, you know, deals are always happening. Will a house sell for less in November? Yes, but does it really matter if we just get it off the books and we know we're making a profit? Not really.
What's up, guys? Jeff Weibo here, and I am with Matt McKeever.
What's up, guys?
Here on the channel, and you left me alone for a while, and you went off to Winnipeg, and you met James Dimitri.
Yeah, so we hung out with James Dimitri. He's crushing it in Winnipeg. He's doing a lot of kind of mid-level flips, so he's got really nice finishes, but he's able to still do it at a very affordable price. And I know you're often getting clients asking about flipping.
All the time, and like they're wondering like how to smash the like button, and so yeah, but they're always asking me about flips, and we just wanted to bring you guys like some real in the field knowledge. And you went out there, you chatted with him, and let's like go check out what he's got going on. And we got like a 5-part series coming out on the channel all about it. So happy to have you guys around, and make sure you guys subscribe, and let's check it out.
What is up, you guys? Matt McKeever here in Winnipeg again, and today we're with James Dimitri and Kingsley, Wallis, right? Is your company?
Yeah, that's the company.
And so we're here today on one of his flip projects. We're going to be seeing a lot of his different projects, but let's just dive into this one and we'll start checking it out.
Sure.
Let's go.
So we're here at Project Dudley. This has been a $50,000 renovation. We've redone the electrical in this house. We've done some other structural work. Did a lot of cosmetic work in this house. It looked like a mess. It was all browns and old carpets and all kinds of weird things. So we tried to keep as much of the character as we can. We got really nice ceiling in this room. We've got the master on the right. We've got the extra kids bedroom on the left here. Our totally redone bathroom. This place had nothing in it when I bought it. Like absolutely nothing. So you can imagine the transformation that we got out of that. Next we come into our kitchen. This is a really interesting kitchen to do because we've never put a barn door off the kitchen before. And as you can see, you know, we pay special attention to what we're putting in. And then we have, you know, a semi-dining room and then our grand room right here. A lot of character in this home. That's one of the reasons I liked it so much. But it has been a big project and a big reno. And we're going back on the market within the week, I believe.
Where is Dudley Street? What sort of neighborhood is this, and what's the average home?
So the average home in Winnipeg is about $300,000, and this fits in one of the higher end neighborhoods. So we're going to be listing this guy for about $295,000, and yeah, we're hoping to have a quick sale.
Do you use the same sort of finishes on all your projects, the same color palettes and stuff, or how do you decide finishes?
That's a great question, actually. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to pull from our higher end flips. So right now this is kind of the color that we're going for. Lots of whites, lots of black fixtures, which seems to be the trending style, which is going towards a little more gold. So to answer your question, yeah, we try to stick within the same look. Some people see the white with the brown, and we have the marble backsplash in the kitchen, we have the granite countertop. Then they think, okay, it's the Kingsley Wallis house. So when we bought this house, you know, I don't know what it's like in London, Ontario, but here there's a lot of knob and tube, a lot of homes built pre-1940. This place has never been touched. So we spent, I think it was a little under $7,000 to get the electrical up to code, which is something that not a lot of guys do. They just kind of do their thing. But for my brand and for my company, we're doing so much and so much volume that I want to have it so that when you buy a Kingsley Wallis house, you're taken care of. If you have an issue in the future, we try to take care of you. So the electrical, the whole basement was rewired, the whole upstairs was rewired. We added a bunch of fixtures. We brought this whole place up to code. We have wired in smoke alarms. I mean, the only thing we didn't do in this house was an HRV. So that's pretty much it for the electrical.
And so at this stage in your business, are you still doing the budgets for each of your properties, like as far as the renovation budgets, or do you have someone on your team doing that? So breaking down just kind of...
Yeah. So right now I have a acquisitions manager who runs around and does a lot of that stuff for us. And then once we have it tied up, once we have something looked at, then I come in and I do the renovation budget with him, just making sure that the quality of the renovation and what actually needs to get done match up. So I don't actually put budgets together anymore, I just check them.
And so when you were putting together the budgets yourself, kind of what sort of process would you have in place, or what does your acquisition manager do now in order to figure out the estimated repair budget?
We have big ticket items, like We know that adding a kitchen to a house brings up the value substantially. We know that painting a house brings up the value substantially. Flooring, making the bathroom absolutely amazing, making the master bedroom absolutely amazing. The next is, all the low ticket items like furnace, electrical, putting carpet in the basement like you can see here. Nothing that's really going to add value to the sale other than make it sell faster and be more appealing. So we always look for those big ticket items in any deal that we do. We look for the big stuff. And if we can change the big stuff, then we know we can add value to it.
Perfect. And so was this property listed on the MLS? Was it a private deal? And kind of for most of your deals, are they on the MLS or private, a mix?
I can tell you the stats. I believe it's a third, and a third. I think we're a third off market, a third on market, and then a third private for all the deals that I find. So this particular house, I believe this came as a off market through my network. I believe that this deal came to me through.
So then when you're actually, you or your acquisition manager is putting together your budget, do you have like a reserve or like a miscellaneous or kind of a buffer amount? I know a lot of people use like 5 or 10 or 20%. Do you mind breaking down kind of your approach?
So I'm a home inspector by trade. So when I miss something, it's pretty small. That being said, we usually put a buffer in of about $10,000. Just in case whatever happens, like with this house, the electrical. So that got eaten up like that. I mean, usually we don't worry too much about structural issues, too much about diving into the slush budget, because usually we catch everything before it happens, like long before we take possession of the house.
So you're very thorough with like your initial inspection.
Yeah.
Do you mind breaking down for us like a property like this, when you're kind of inspecting it, what would you be looking at? Like, are you spending a lot of time in the basement looking at the mechanicals?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're looking at big ticket items, right? So if the upstairs kitchen, bathroom, paint, we got some paneling on the walls, we've got some old trusses, we got some old rafters that are holding up this house, it's a quick cosmetic thing, we come to look. But then we come down here and we look for walls buckling in. We look for the beam if it's sagging. One of the things about this used to be an old wood tree, essentially, post, and I could literally kick it out. So obviously replace that, right? So I spend a lot of my time in the basements at the houses that we buy, because that's where we're going to find out, like, what have people neglected? What is it that we're going to spend a lot of money on? And how are we going to make this space look like a finished space? And how much is that going to cost? So, yeah, lots of time in the basement.
And so it looks like this property is partially staged or going to be fully staged?
It's going to be fully staged, yeah.
Do you stage all your properties, and do you mind just kind of walking us through if so, why, and all that good stuff?
I stage all my properties because I found that when we create that home feel for a client, it gets them more emotionally involved, and that helps them make the buying decision to actually purchase the home. That's why we stage them, is because we want to create that emotional connection for people. Bringing beautiful furniture, beautiful pictures, beautiful staging, and then that helps sell the house for us, which gets us our money quicker to the investors.
And so for pricing strategy, do you have a particular pricing strategy, or is each project different? Like, are you pricing low to try and get multiples and sell fast? Or are you pricing high and negotiating down to where you want to be? And if it's project specific, do you mind talking maybe on this project?
It depends on the house, depends on the realtor. For this house, we had it up for a little while. We priced it lower than what the market actually wanted, but the market didn't want it at that point. So we were later in the season. A few things became interesting with weather, and then obviously the Canadian government helped destroy 10% of our market. So the pricing strategy for this one was, we did price it lower in a neighborhood that trades really quickly, and we had a couple of bites, but no one actually panned out with an offer. So what we try to do is we try to price it slightly under to increase the scarcity of the project. This one, if I were to do it again, I would just price it low. I wouldn't have an offers date, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to put up a $295. We're just going to sell it and liquidate the property.
Yeah. Do you mind maybe talking about, like, this is probably, we're coming into kind of the buying season, but like you're just kind of on the cusp, I'm assuming, or at least we would be in London.
Right now, actually, I've been finding that the buying season is right now. Like beginning of March till about end of June, I find that the market here in Winnipeg is pretty hot. And it's been consistent like that for the past 5 years, or 3 years that I've been investing.
Do you try and time your projects with that? Like, do you try and buy a lot in the fall or early winter?
No, because we're doing so many that, you know, deals are always happening. Will a house sell for less in November? Yes, but does it really matter if we just get it off the books and we know we're making a profit? Not really. If we sell it in spring, obviously that makes me happier. That makes our investors happier because we can get a higher return. But it doesn't really matter to us. Any time of year, there's always people buying houses. There's always people selling houses. I've sold houses January 1st of 2018. I've bought houses in December of 2017. I bought houses last year in December. And like, we're always constantly selling and buying as long as there's value that we can add. And because of the people that we know and the realtors that we know, we constantly get them sold. Yeah, so you guys can find us at kingsleyWallis.com. You can check us out on Facebook. You'll have to DM me on Facebook to get our Instagram account because I don't know what it is. Or you can reach out to me at jamesdemetri.com. That's it, guys.
Cool, guys, you made it to the end. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys smash that like button, you subscribe, and check out these new videos right now.